and rumble. Oh, my hair is wispy and amazing. All right, that's better a little bit. So, what's up? How's everybody doing? So, first of all, I am doing this U squared book, which we're like half the way through. I'm just gonna go through this real quick because I have to run the scooter to Justice, and he wants to do that. So I just want to do this, get this one done for today. So let's get into it. So actually, this is interesting because this is called Suspend Disbelief. So I'm going through and setting new goals for this year, and so I'm actually gonna go 3x my income is what I'm trying to do, and I don't know when that started. Let's say like I think on the 11th, so I'm almost a week in. So the whole thing is am I changing my belief or disbelief? But when I look at, I just want to open my goals. I don't really want to change them, but why does it do that? So when we talk about it, the three main things is, what is the main goal? Okay, I'm gonna go 3x my income. So one, I have to look at my time, two, my belief, and three, clarity. And do I know how I'm going to do that, right? So you have to act as if your success is for certain. You can't sit here and wallow in if it is it going to work or is it not, right? And I think that that's definitely something that as I evaluate my life, it's like the things I commit to, I'm going to see them through one way or the other, right? So instead of holding back because you didn't have hard proof that you can make a quantum leap, see if you end up with evidence proving you can't. See if you end up with evidence proving you can't. Just make the jump. Act as if your success is guaranteed, and then see which set of ideas you should believe in. It says at the bottom, if you must doubt something, doubt your limits. That's actually interesting, I feel like. Your mindset for momentum may be flawed by doubt and skepticism. The idea of making a quantum leap in your performance, jumping from your present level of achievement to one several stages higher in one bold stroke, is an alien idea. You haven't been trained to think that way. You have definite reservations about the possibility that you can make such exponential improvement at all, particularly with less effort and in a very abbreviated time frame. I think that that's the hard part. Is I think we all know. What's up, Athena? How are you? Welcome. And Charizar, how's it going? Hello. I think we all have this idea that we can make improvements, but to make a quantum leap is going to take something that is going to really cause you to question yourself. So I think that that's going to be very difficult. 2K, but Roblox, how's it going? So as the experts generally agree, though, that people typically use about 10% of their true potential. If we accept that argument, and even if there were no other resources outside yourself that you could bring to bear on the situation, you could still do 10 times as well as you've been doing. And I mean, that is something, because in our mind, what happens, at least my mind, is that I think that I have to work 10 times harder. And it's not about the working harder, it's working smarter, more efficient, and implementing systems for success. Am I a teacher? Not really, but I am in a teaching role to a degree. I just like, as I go through these kind of self-help books, I like to share them with my audience. So I figure might as well put them on here. We'll build a podcast, and if I want to come back to it, then I can. And I read myself the story. So sub-teacher. No, my real job is I'm a financial advisor. So I teach people about money. But I feel like success ties into this. So yeah, thank you. And I don't know what that is, Mazan Nizico. I don't know what that is. Anyways, if we accept that argument that we can only do 10%, or that we're only operating at 10% of our potential, and even if there were no other resources outside yourself that you could bring to bear in the situation, you could do 10 times as well as you've been doing. And I've had some pretty good years, so I think that that's a fact, and I've seen it proven to myself before. So now the question is, how do I do that? How do we tap into that, right? So you work in an office. Yes, I do. And I have most of my clients in Colorado, and I have some of them in different parts of the country as well as the world. Says your skepticism, which you presume is based on rational thinking and objective assessment of factual data about yourself, is rooted in mental junk. Your doubts are not the product of accurate thinking, but habitual thinking. Years ago, you accepted flawed conclusions as correct, began to live your life as if those warped ideas about your potential were true, and ceased the bold experiment in living that brought you many breakthrough behaviors as a child. Now it's time for you to find the faith you had in yourself before. So it's actually interesting because in this, no, not a skyscraper. It's just it's a 2-story building. It's pretty nice, but it's not like super bougie or anything like that. But I also own part of this building. So if you're gonna do something, you might as well have equity in it, right? Equity meaning ownership. So if you want to be skeptical of some ideas that truly deserve to be called into question, challenge the thoughts and beliefs that have argued against you taking a quantum leap. Put those old inhibiting ideas to the test by going for it with everything you've got. For right now, just suspend disbelief. You don't have to be convinced that you can succeed in making a quantum leap, but don't keep on believing those old ideas you've been carrying around about your personal limits. If it will make it easier, hold off for a while on believing anything. And it's interesting in this respect. Please read like you're having fun, please. I am having fun. I'm reading it more as like, okay, this is what I'm just into it. So I think that Myron, do you guys ever watch Myron Golden? But he talks about wealth being spiritual because you have to believe in greater if you're going to achieve greater. Otherwise, the thoughts lead to your actions, and that's where they originate. And then from there, those are seeds that you plant, are those thoughts. So all of the harvest that comes up are from the seeds that we planted in our thoughts, which I think is interesting. Just act like you have complete faith. Merely do what you do as if you knew you were going to succeed. Behave like you have that total conviction. Doubt is what does the most damage, so don't give it any mental space. Proceed boldly as if it is completely inconceivable that you will experience anything other than a successful quantum leap. If you must doubt something, doubt your limits. So, the next chapter is focus on ends rather than means. So, I'm going to go because I'm going to go drop off my scooter for my son. But, oh, you want me to read like this? Or you want me to read like a fake lady? So, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I definitely got some work ahead of me, which is fine, and a little bit of driving, but maybe I'll pop on later tonight, do a Bible study. Trying to stay in the Word. So you can see, you can't really see outside very well, but there's windows. I'm up on the second floor. I have stuff everywhere. I got a little bear head in here, but you want a fake lady next time. All right. Well, if there's only a couple of you, then I'll do that. I'll read like a fake lady. Where are you at? And are you... So I think I see an NBA logo, but you play Roblox. My son likes Roblox. So I would give you his YouTube channel, but I'm not allowed to do that. He's told me no. So, but yeah, so this is where I work, but you're from Michigan. My back office is in Michigan, actually, in Ann Arbor. So whenever we do sales, we get them all approved, and they have to go through compliance out there. So I've been out there a couple times. I really like the Henry Ford Museum. I don't know if you've ever been, but definitely one of my favorite places, that's for sure. So the fake lady next time. All right, well, we're locking this place up. So here's the other side of it. Kind of a cool building. That's our business. It's about to storm. Yeah. Do you guys have, well, you got bad weather out there too. I know that because I hear about it. And we're supposed to be getting snow as well, I think. So I don't know when that's coming in, but it sounds like it might be showing up anytime. And are you still, what can I ask? Oh, high is 79. I feel like you might be about my son's age. He's 12. Are you in that age range? High of 79. 79 would be high, I think. Yes, okay. Well, at some point, if you stick around on my channel, you'll see him. He's been building a scooter, but I'm going to take that, drop that off for him here tonight. So, all right, the building is armed. All right, guys. I'm going to lose Wi-Fi here in a minute. So, nice to hang out with you. Hopefully you learned something on how to square yourself. And hopefully you have exponential progress. Pronounced that weird for some reason. But anyways, have a good night and stay toasty out there. All right. Good night. God bless.